We're here. It's just me in the world currently, but Dustin Note is also here for episode 135 of Crafting and Chat.
Wow.
Genesis and Kevin are running late. Genesis's child is probably losing it right now, and Kevin's running late from some game campaign thing that he does
Running
on
from the
Tuesdays.
police.
He's running from the police. That's canon now. Kevin is a criminal. We will not tell you his last name, and we will not tell you where he is. Unless there's a reward out, then we will squeal. Um,
Last
Dustin
name
Noto.
starts with a G.
Does it? Does it though?
I don't think so.
No, it starts with an F. It's spelled
Oh,
Tisco.
oh,
Oh
we
no!
weren't supposed to.
He won't know. He won't know. Anyways, how are you?
I'm alright. Have some upper back pain the last day.
Working out?
Yeah. No, I picked up some big old bags of flour, and I guess I picked it up the wrong way, or I carried it up the stairs the wrong way, and I was like using too much of my back, and yeah.
Lift with your legs, not your back. That's what those signs always say.
Yeah, I always do, and it was also really cold, and I went outside with a t-shirt and shorts. 'Cause my mom was like, "Oh, I'll bring it inside. Don't worry." I'm like, "You're not gonna be able to bring this inside. It's 40 pounds of flour." And it's like, "No, no, I'll bring it. I'll bring it." And then I see her standing at the trunk, struggling to pull out the bag. I'm like, "Hold on, hold on. Let
Oh,
me
okay.
get it."
So you were mad too. You were mad. You went out there in a huff. You picked it up the wrong way, and you brought it back. It all makes sense now.
Yeah, like
I've
just
done that.
quickly picking it up and running up the stairs.
Why do moms think they can do things that they clearly
No,
cannot do?
usually she's a good judge of what she can and can't do. I knew for a fact the flour was going to be heavy, and because it's a pack of two 20-pound bags, and you can't lift one up
Yeah.
unless you cut the outside plastic open and take one by one. But yeah, heavy,
My mom, bad judge. Bad judge. She
especially taking it up the stairs.
Yeah, that sucks. God, I hate living on the second floor, whatever. But
Yeah.
my mom's a bad judge. She
Oh.
it's usually in the other direction where she's like, I can't lift this, and I'm like, you literally can't lift a bag that's got like 2 gallons of something in it? Are you weak? Are you a summer child? Why can't you lift this? What's wrong with you? How did you get through 50-something years of life? You know? I know my mom's age, and just not doxing her. You know what I mean? Anyways, what'd you play? What'd you watch?
Ooh.
Ooh, indeed.
Oh, that's it. Okay. Okay, what I played some more Metroid Prime Remastered. I was not 6 to 10 hours in last week. I was about 4 hours in.
Oh, okay.
So I think I added another hour or two onto that. And yeah, it's still playing really well. Looks beautiful. I really, really, really hope they make the second and third one exactly like this scale of remastering, because if they don't, it's just gonna be like a lost opportunity. And I'm gonna be mad and happy again. Like I was when this got dropped.
Oh, the vicious cycle of video games.
Yeah.
Only an hour though you put into it this week?
Yeah, I was showing my friend, we went to get food. It was that day it started just like hailing.
Oh yeah.
That was a really bad day, and we went to get non-tastic, and then we went to Barnes and Nobles after, and then
Oh, nice.
I was just showing him the game because he played the original on the GameCube, and he never played like the trilogy. He never played 2 and 3 either. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? And he loves the 2D Metroid games, but he was thoroughly impressed by Prime. So yeah,
So why didn't he play the others?
I don't know.
What's wrong with him?
He's like, I think he's just weird with sequels or something. I don't know. Sometimes he plays, a lot of time he plays the first game of something, and then he's like, He
I'm
doesn't
done.
play the
I'm good.
next ones unless it's like a JRPG or something. That's his favorite genre, like
That's
Atelier
Jules.
Ryza and Fire
Oh,
Emblem.
one of them.
Yeah, he's one of those
One of
guys.
them nerds.
I actually got him to play Last of Us, and he played through that whole thing, and I watched him play. That was fun.
Oh,
Yeah, but
sometimes bad
he
people have good opinions.
he didn't want to play part two.
Well, all
He
right.
I think it's the reasoning is pretty out there with the everything that happens to Joel. He
Oh,
was not pleased, you
what?
know,
What?
and he
Oh
didn't
man.
want to go through that. So like I tried to get him to play, and he never. I was like, here, I'll just give you my copy. You could play it.
Can you
And
imagine being that weak-spirited that you can't
yeah,
play a game where something not great happens to your main character? It's like
yeah,
get off your own ass. I don't know. It's weird. I find that weird.
yeah,
A lot of people are like that though, especially with Last of Us. We'll see what happens.
Oh man, that episode.
Oh yeah, you watched that, I assume.
Oh, yes, I watched it earlier today, so it's pretty fresh.
Good, good, good. We'll talk about
Um,
that. I don't want to get too much
yeah.
into that. I mean, we could just go, but I don't want to do that to them because I know Kevin watched
There
it.
is one thing I want to say. It's about the commentary after the episode.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Um, what was it? Something Neil said at the end.
Is it about the
And
darkness?
yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. So it's about the darkness, and it was the question he asked of whether Ellie would be able to uh kind of get back to normalcy after what happened
Oh,
with
during the
David.
events of this? Yeah.
Yeah, or will she keep going towards that same path? I was like, oh, fuck.
That's the question you have in the game too, because in the game she gets all quiet and shit afterwards,
Yeah,
and then Joel's like the happy one, and then you get that
yeah.
beautiful giraffe scene. Kevin's not here, so
Oh
we'll
my
talk about it.
God.
And oh god, they better recreate that scene next
They
episode.
only have one episode. I feel like
This,
there's
I
so
know,
much left.
I know.
What are they
Well,
gonna cover?
I, they gotta
God,
cover.
it's got to be 2 hours.
It's gotta be at least an hour and a half.
Like at least an hour and a half.
I could
That's
see them doing the actual end in a half an hour.
mm,
I have to say, you have to give me more infected. I doubt they'll give me more infected at this point. We haven't seen infected in three or four episodes.
and there's supposed to be some here, but
Yeah. We'll
yeah,
talk about
we'll
that
get
when everybody's there.
into that more.
Did you watch anything else?
Um, damn, pretty sure I did. I
Hmm.
always forget what I watched.
Movie, TV
And
show. You watch more of that 100 thing?
Physical 100.
Yeah.
I finished that. That was like I don't know if I talked about that, but I did finish that.
Oh. Okay.
Um, I felt like the last couple challenges in the last two episodes were kind of not as good as the ones right in the episode before. Like they were kind of just like bland, boring
Hmm.
challenges. One was flipping tiles, like to keep your own color, and while the other person's flipping your color.
Yeah.
And one was pulling a rope out of a spool. Kind of.
Seems kind of easy.
It was a really, really, really long rope, but it was kind of just boring to watch, I think.
Hmm.
Um,
All right.
but I don't know. I did watch a movie just like an hour or so ago called The Little Things on HBO with
Okay.
Rami Malek and Denzel Washington.
Yeah. Um,
It
is
was
that
alright.
Jared Leto who pops up in that?
Yeah.
I saw the last 45 minutes of it and I was like, this sucks.
Yeah, it was, I don't know, it like never,
Never went anywhere.
it never caught my attention.
Yeah.
It was kind of just like this one thing. They're staking out this one guy and he's playing around with them like they're two idiots. And like, I mean, I like Denzel Washington, I like Rami Malek, but like, this was not a good movie from them.
No, I just remember I walked in on like somebody watching it and then I just sat down and like I wasn't even enthralled. I was like, oh, this looks like a movie. Like I
Yeah,
see actors I recognize and the cinematography seems there. And
I didn't like the
then
shots. I didn't like how they
nothing
kept
happened.
cutting in
It
certain areas.
is
Like there
weird.
was an interrogation scene, and they're cutting like back and forth with camera shots, not just panning or like it's very choppy. I don't know,
Yeah, it was real weird.
not
Did
good.
not care for it in the slightest. Wasn't even upset that I caught it 45 with 45 minutes left. I might have even walked away before the movie ended.
Yeah, I only wanted to watch it because those two were in it. I was like, oh, this should be good, and it was not that good.
No, no, it's
I
not.
left myself questioning why I was
Uh,
watching.
is this
Yeah.
135 or 136?
You know it.
Oh, good, good. I'm going with 135.
See, you know it.
All right, I apologize for being late. Did we already start the stream on
Oh,
your side?
Yeah, yeah, we're
Okay.
talking.
All
Destino's
right, I
going through what he's doing, what he's played, what he
100%
watched.
um,
apologize for being late, and I'm sorry, Desinoda, for interrupting you. Please go right ahead.
all
What were you
good.
talking about?
I was just trying to remember what else I watched. I remember now. The Wu-Tang: An American Saga on Hulu got
Oh,
its third season, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, third season, and still going pretty strong. Um, I'm pretty much up to date, I think, on the show. And it's still very good. Very good show.
Hmm.
I like seeing how this group like from where they started to where they
Yeah.
got to towards the end. A lot of stuff happened. A lot of shit.
You know what? I remember it's this like popping up. I remember it coming out like a couple years ago and
Yeah.
being like, oh, that seems cool, and then just totally forgetting about it until this very moment.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool show.
I don't have
Um.
Hulu though.
Oh.
I hate Hulu. That's why. I think the UI is bad. No, I didn't say
Uh.
you. Phone, shut up. I said Hulu.
um. I could let you borrow mine. Happy to.
Do you have the ad version?
Yes.
I would never. Thank you though. I just what I think my issue is when everybody stopped paying for TV for services. The reason I was all aboard that is because I hate ads, which is very funny because I
uh.
went for a marketing degree and literally I wanted to be part of ads. And the
All I
reason
wanted to
is
do, you
ads
join
are
them, you corrupt them
awful.
from the inside.
No, no, I'm not you at a certain game company. Um,
Ah, okay, okay, okay.
but I hate ads so much. I don't think any ad has been good. Like there's when you're watching TV and then all of a sudden an ad comes on, it just totally takes you out of what's happening in the moment. And sometimes it helps build the tension, but very few shows know how to do it. Most shows now are not filmed with ads like baked in, and they kind of just cut in weird places. And if they are filmed with
Hmm.
ads baked in, sometimes they end up on streaming services, and then it just cuts to black randomly, and you're like, why did it do that? I hate
Yeah.
advertisements. I don't. I know people don't like product placement in shows. I'd prefer that. I think it's way easier if somebody's just holding a can of Pepsi in a show than 900,000 commercials of Pepsi. I
Yeah. I
just,
see what you're saying.
oh. Hate
If
it.
I were to watch Last of Us with ads, it would be very painful.
It would be annoying as hell. That's why
It's
I
one of
pay
those shows
the
that I am
extra.
like laser focused
Yeah,
watching the whole
yeah.
time.
And there are people who are watching it with ads because HBO Max is an ad program. And I'm like, why the
Oh,
hell would I ever do this? I would rather not watch things than watch it with ads. I hate it. Hate
yeah.
ads. Also, the UI of Hulu is literally the worst. No phone, I'm
Yeah,
not talking to you. Jesus.
I only have it because every Black Friday they have their dollar a month thing for a year.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, that's nothing
I also
for.
have Google in the internet. So, and Reddit tells me where to find shows. Very legal. No further details. Also,
um,
ExpressVPN.
Mm.
All right. You watch or play anything else?
uh, yes. There we go. Oh, The Dark Side of the 90s. It's this series from I think from Vice. It's on
Oh,
Hulu now, and they do Dark Side of like of 80s, 90s. I don't know if they did anymore, but they do like other things of like of the 90s or
yeah.
it's like that type of show. And they kind of go into like episodic things that happened in the 90s. Like one was like the
Ugh.
whole sitcom, the white family sitcom boom, and then there was a whole episode on Johnny Depp's club that he had,
Oh,
his
yeah.
like his very own club, the Viper, and it was like the super exclusive place where all the famous people would go and he'd have shows and all that.
The show
Um,
Cops. They probably have one on the show Cops.
they had a small thing on cops. I think that
Yeah.
was with like the TV episode. They had like a
Yeah.
whole thing with talk shows too.
It's Vice. Of course, they have something on
Yeah.
cops. I used to, as much as I am defund the police kind of a guy. I love the show Cops, and I've probably seen most episodes of Cops. I'm not quite Judge Judy level of every episode, but like I've seen most episode of Cops.
uh,
It's a great show.
hmm.
I even watched the Canadian version,
Oh, wow.
also the British version.
Oh.
I watched a lot of cop stuff. Some it's just interesting. I don't know. Even though they're used as like fucking marketing for police departments.
hmm
So the Buffalo episode's great. Highly recommended if you can find that episode of Cops. The first
Oh.
one where they're like the first case they're like investigating a murder and it's like oh yeah it's Buffalo episode. And then a man breaks into like a store and this woman comes from upstairs and she's like I was asleep. It's very funny. It's a good episode. Highly recommend. I think it was like 2001 ish. So,
That was a
Cops.
while ago.
Big fan. Not the actual job, the show.
Hmm.
So,
Um, and then the other thing I played was I played some more Code Vein with Kendrick.
I was going to ask that.
Yeah, I got a trophy
Ooh.
for grinding the fuck out of the one level to get 400 medals.
Oh, you did it.
Yeah, to get to the max multiplayer. I don't know what it's called, the cooperation level or something.
Yeah.
Or
What you were talking about last week.
yeah,
Yeah.
so we ended up finishing that. And now Kendrick got the platinum.
Oh, what a
Yeah,
man.
he got the platinum because that was his last trophy. And I still have a handful more to go, which is just to see the two other endings. Then there's one for seeing all the endings, and then there's one to collect all the blood codes, which are like the like the class that you would equip while you're fighting stuff.
You gonna go for it?
Yeah, that doesn't seem too bad. It's only a few things left to do.
Cool, cool.
Yeah, and
Excited
then
for
I'll
that
probably just
update.
finish this up. Yeah,
Alright, cool.
hopefully by next week.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Alright, anything else?
Oh no, I think that was it
Cool.
for the most part.
Genesis, why don't you go second?
Absolutely. Again, I'd like to apologize to the podcast. I was late again today. Things happen when you're dead. Things happen.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
I listen. She fell asleep at 5 and woke up again and didn't want to go to sleep yet. So there's that.
That's why
Oh.
you wake her up and keep her awake until nighttime. That's what people do. You get on my
Plus, I
schedule. No. Hey.
I got a plus I got a meeting tomorrow, so I had to clean up a little bit because I have to go to a meeting tomorrow anyway. So there's all that as well.
Mm,
Where did I play? I played Sonic Frontiers, Platinum Sonic Frontiers.
woo!
Um, that's my 39th Platinum. I'm gonna make Persona 4 Golden my 40th Platinum. I just
Oh
started
man, I
that up.
love when people choose a platinum for a certain number. You know what I mean? Love that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hmm.
Um, I'm gonna make that my 40th Platinum. It's gonna be about 120 hours to make that, so here we go.
Love.
Um, I played DMZ with good old Daddy here. We had a great run. Our last
Call me
match that we
old.
played. Old.
You said good old daddy.
Oh, well, I mean reliable Daddy. Like Daddy's always there for me. That's what I mean by good old Daddy.
Wow, he doubled down on old reliable, Kevin. He doubled down on that. Kevin likes it, so continue.
I do like it.
Um, and we had a fantastic round the last time we played.
Oh my god, that last game was great.
Man, oh man, down 4 people
People
in the
thought they
one.
could stop us.
Oh,
Well, that's
we were
not
on a
true. Two
rampage.
two people.
Yeah, well,
Two people thought they could stop us.
and
Two
then
people got jumped by us.
Yes. To make a long story short, we started the match and we got in, and then we saw these two dudes, which we started shooting at. We were on a train, one of the trains going, and the two dudes ended up thinking it was smart to get in a car and race the train and try and jump on the train and kill us. Well, obviously, we know who had the terrible idea. Their
Well,
car
hold
blew
on.
up.
Hold on. The
Yeah.
truly terrible thing that came out of this, I had picked up a sentry turret while on the train. So I set it down. Obviously, I'm like, oh, I'm going to be smart. I'm going to set down the sentry turret in the open doorway on this train, right? It's like those sliding doors on a big like cargo car. And so I set it up. Like, if they pull up alongside us, the sentry gun will shoot them. It did nothing. It just sat there and watched.
Hmm.
Kevin had this very, very big thought about the sentry gun, and his hopes were dashed and stepped on. When
It's
the
all right.
sentry gun did nothing but watch them as we blew up the car. Kevin shot one of the dudes, and the guy
I
actually
took someone
flew out of
out.
the car, and I killed the other guy, which was the driver, and then they died.
It was
We didn't
beautiful.
actually know until they died, and maybe until at least 2 to 3 minutes afterwards, because
Dude,
then we
it
got
took them forever to die and us to get
yeah,
that kill
yep.
credit. That was so weird.
I think they were desperately trying to see if somebody else would come over and help them, but nobody was there. Um, Fast forward to the end of this match now. We are trying to exfil off the map, and we end up going into the main part of the city, where at this part where the helicopter will touch down is basically facing a bridge. So there's no way to jump onto the helicopter unless you're on the bridge and on the back end of the helicopter. Um, so Kevin and I split up, and I go right, he goes left around a building. Actually, he actually goes through the building. I go to the right of the building. I think it was.
Oh no,
Yeah,
through the alley between the two.
you go into the alley between the two buildings. Never mind.
Yeah.
I go
No,
around
no,
the
you're good.
building, and some dude was watching the exfil. Didn't even know I was behind him. Shot him. I killed him in 3 shots. He literally just died. He probably had like no armor. I got headshots all on him. Kevin jumped another man. This man didn't
Oh,
have a
okay.
chance
So
to
this
think.
person was great because I see this person parachute drop down onto an air conditioning unit on the side of the building in front of me, and I'm like, "Oh shit, that's a player!" I just shot them a few times. They had no idea what happened.
We killed both of them, jumped the two dudes. Poor guys, rest in peace. You guys died. Sorry about that. And we hopped on the helicopter, all for me to keep screaming, "He's underneath us! He's underneath us!" There's a dude on a jet ski underneath us, and Kevin's like, "Calm down. He can't get on the damn helicopter. What are you freaking out about?" We then take C4 and check out of the helicopter to try and blow him up because he was underneath us.
Yeah, that one didn't work out, unfortunately.
No, unfortunately, that would have been a great fifth kill. That would have been
That's so
fantastic.
funny.
Oh, if that somehow connected, it would have been great. Loved it. But I did not watch the latest episode of Last of Us. I am caught up for the other two, but I didn't watch the latest that was out this past Sunday.
What
Um,
the fuck?
I'll get
Yes,
caught
this
up.
is big.
I'll get caught up. I got caught up with the other two, so I'm not as bad as uh um not as bad as
He's not even here.
what are we calling him?
Larry with a
Well,
C.
Carrie?
okay,
What?
Clary.
Carrie?
Nah, just Larry, but it's spelled Clarry.
Oh, Clary.
No,
Yeah,
just
so
Larry.
I'm not as bad
She's
as
silent.
Clary.
That silent C.
But I will catch up and I will see the last one. I know we only have one more episode to go, so I will get caught up before the end of the last episode here.
And then when we talk about the finale, you won't be caught up to the finale.
No, I'll be caught up with the family. Don't worry about that. I will. Don't worry about it.
Hey, you want to know? Remember when you watched the other two episodes? Then I was like, now you're not going to catch up with the new one, and you're like, I'll watch it before Tuesday. And look at what's going on. Look at where we are.
Okay, well, I will watch the finale before Tuesday, so we're good.
This man's about to skip the episode 8 and just watch the finale.
Oh, don't skip 8. I love 8. Oh,
we'll talk about it, Kevin. No spoilers.
The finale
Not yet.
The one I'm waiting for. So the finale is my big release there. I can't wait.
My big release. Don't say words like that. Don't put them in a sentence like that. I understand. I understand, and you're right. It is yours, but don't say that. Come on now. It's not even 11 p.m. I lied. It's exactly 11 p.m.
it's pretty close to that, actually.
Yeah, it's exactly. Never mind, Genesis. It's when he releases. Alright, Genesis, play anything else? Watch anything else?
I don't think I did.
Any thoughts on the 2 episodes of Last of Us?
Oh God, my quick thoughts. The acting of Joel is just, oh my God. The episode with him and Tommy, I can't. I was close to crying again. Joel just opening up and just, oh God, Lord, that's a lot.
Yeah.
God, Lord.
Ellie spent way too much time reminiscing on a flashback, which was a whole 30. That Joel would have bled out by then. You spent a whole 30-something.
She didn't literally stand there for 50 minutes. I feel right.
You spent 50 minutes.
No, she did not.
Thinking about a dead ex-girlfriend of yours.
Oh my God! This. Why do we want this man to catch up?
And you're letting good old Joel downstairs bleed out. Like, no. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this for? Go find the damn thing.
I don't think that's what they intended.
I wish you didn't like Last of Us, so you wouldn't watch this. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Genesis?
Unfortunately, I like it a lot, and I can't wait for that finale.
And that's why I'm excited to announce that Genesis will play Jerry in Season 2. A character he believes in.
It's okay. Wait for the finale, Adam.
Yeah, I know. Hey.
Podcast.
I might be flipping. We'll see. Well, that was the most annoying sound I've ever heard. Anyways.
I think that's it. That's all I did.
That's it? Alright. Kevin, you want to go third?
Sure, why not? What are we doing? Oh, we're doing what we've done?
Yeah, what we always do.
I'm not even answering that. I'm just...
Good. Don't. Alright, so I played some DMZ, which we already talked about. I watched Last of Us episode 8.
I don't want that. Don't fall.
I want it. I played some Geometric Sniper, Blood in Paris.
You not?
Played more Final Fantasy Theatrhythm. Played more Diablo 3 in the new season. What else did I play? I played something else. Oh, Atomic Heart. I played that.
How's Atomic Heart going for you, Kevin?
I like it.
Okay.
Ringing endorsement.
I mean...
I like it.
I can see other people not liking it. The beginning part took a long ass time. The PlayStation says I've played for 3 hours. That is a lie.
PlayStation's wrong. I've still only put 2 hours in Power Simulator, and I literally played
Yeah.
for 4 hours, like Saturday and
Um,
Sunday.
there's nothing in the game's save file that says like how long I have played, but if I had to take a guess, I think I've played for like 7 or 8 hours now, at least.
Yeah, I've watched you for a couple hours of that too.
Yeah. Um, the beginning like facility that you go into, that takes a while, but I enjoyed it. I think the combat is the
I
strongest part
shall
of this entire
return.
game. It's a really difficult combat system when you put it on hard. The open world is scary as shit because there's so much that's out there to kill you. Oh my god, it might be too much. More on that as I play more. Now that I'm actually out like in the open world, but I think it's a little too. First thought is I think it's a little too much, a little too deadly. Because so far the most effective way to get from like point A to point B is to just freaking run and ignore
Yeah,
everything.
yeah,
Which is a problem in a game like this, as far as
yeah.
I'm concerned. Um, but that's not like oddly enough, this doesn't really like deter me from it. Like I just kind of want to get more weapons, and then I think I would actually be in a better place to like explore and fight and actually have like a chance against a lot of this crap. Part of the problem is that even though it's a really really cool feature of the game, there's a lot of repair bots that will actually repair enemies.
Mhm.
They can only do it once, but it still everything that's out there you have to essentially kill twice unless you're just going to continue to camp these repair bots, which if you do, they will eventually stop coming, but you run the risk of more things coming to your location because you're making all this noise. And if a camera sees you destroy one of them or hit one of them, then that raises the alarm level, and then more shit spawns in. And oh my god, it's just there's so much. But the facility, like this game, so far is actually much better when you're not in the open world and you're in these facilities. The combat system is what's keeping me playing the game because it's just this is the first person shooter Dark Souls, and I'm loving it. And I hope that other companies look at this formula and perfect it because I want more games with these like telegraphed attacks and things you have to like dodge and stuff. Oh, it's so fun. I don't know why.
Cool,
Different, I guess. Maybe it's
cool.
because I've played so many first person shooters that just rely on here's your player speed. It is the speed of like a car doing 70 miles an hour, like in Quake, where you just like run inhumanly fast and that's how you avoid things. But like this game, you have to actually think about it. So yeah, that's all I played. Played a whole bunch of stuff.
All right, all right.
Oh, and crap, there was something that I saw. Oh, Gundam Evolution. I will probably be checking that game out again in this new season because apparently they added Gundam Heavy Arms, which is one of the Gundams I actually wanted to play in that game. So look forward to that by the end of the month.
Oh, it's coming to everything by the end of the month.
Oh yeah, I'm
Oh,
pretty sure it's on everything already because the season
oh,
started like the beginning of the month or so. I just don't know when I'm gonna sit down and play Gundam Evolution,
all
so I
right.
will have played it by the end of the month.
Okay. Cool, cool. Very exciting. Something to look forward to. All
Yeah,
right. Anything else? You watch anything?
just Last of Us episode 8,
Okay. All right.
I think. No, wait.
Mm-hmm.
No, I watched something else. Oh, what the hell was it called? It's a Netflix movie that was either up for or won an Oscar. Oh, Sea Beast? Sea Beast. Good movie. Highly recommend.
And what? Any other
Um,
details on it?
oh god, from the filmmakers of Moana and Big Hero 6. Um, it's an animated movie about these groups of, they call them like hunters. Basically take like a group of pirates and then put them in Monster Hunter. That's kind of like what these things are. They're on big wooden ships with like cannons and harpoons and stuff, and they're hunting giant sea serpents, and that's like their job because the sea serpents are threatening the humans. Um, and then, God, there's so many things that like spoil parts of the movie. Um, watch the trailer on Netflix. It's I don't know how I didn't hear of this movie because it is quite good. I mean, it doesn't really do a whole lot. It's not. Don't try to think that you're going into like a Moana 2. You're really not. Like Moana was
Oh,
just a much better, much more higher quality movie overall.
yeah.
But this is a nice. It's one of those movies that's like I don't know how long it was, but it felt like quick. It was like a short, sweet feeling movie that it didn't overstay its welcome at all. It told a cohesive story and it had great animation. Oh my god, whoever the hell were animating this movie, did they starve you? My god, every sail on these ships is animated individually. The flags on the ship are all animated individually. Like
Oh,
it's
wow.
crazy.
Wow.
um yeah, definitely at least worth checking out for the spectacle of the movie. But it's pretty fun too. Pretty fun time. It has an absolutely adorable little sea creature that has no idea what animal it wants to be throughout the whole show, and it just adds to the charm of this little thing.
Oh,
Uh,
that's fun. Is there music?
uh, not really. I think it's
Okay.
just all instrumental.
All
No,
right.
no, like nothing I remember anyway.
That's fine.
But uh,
Cool. Throw it on the
good,
list.
good stuff. Yeah, CB and also like family movie. There's really nothing bad about this movie. The overall theme, I guess, could be bad if like you're against the hunting and killing of animals, but like
Mm.
that's
I'm
really
all
it.
for
There's no
killing
bad
animals. Kill
language.
some
There's no
dogs. Kill more
thank you.
dogs.
There's no overly violent anything. It's a good time.
So you're telling me no nudity?
Um, I guess you need to
I was thinking about it.
I mean the sea beasts don't have clothes on,
Hey,
but
Desunoro! Hey, what are you doing? You want to watch the Sea Beast? Want to watch the Sea Beast? You know what I mean?
Desonotor, did anybody tell you there was a DLC to that Cuties game, Cuties Hack? There's DLC to that game?
All half price.
Yeah.
I have nothing to do with that
I
anymore.
have nothing to do with that. Okay. All right.
Not
Just,
anymore.
you
All
know,
right. Well,
just
you
making
know.
sure.
You know what I
sounds like
mean?
Anya is there for it, you know.
Yeah, it does
Yeah,
sound like
yeah,
Anya was all
she's.
about that.
Yep, yep. Yeah.
She's like, cuties! All right,
Also,
cool.
side note, I got myself a new headset. How's it sound?
Hey!
You were slightly louder. I had to turn you down, but you're good.
Hey, don't
Okay.
listen to him. Turn yourself up. Be up higher.
Don't listen to him. What?
Be up higher. Okay.
Is that it? Why did
Be as
his
high as you
sentence
can
end then?
Why
be.
did that end?
Did Genesis get cut off? He just said be up higher, and that was it. That was the
Uh,
end.
no, I said be up higher. Yeah, I said
That
don't listen to him.
you said that as the full sentence?
Or be up higher.
Huh.
What else did you want me to say?
I don't know. It just didn't sound right. Whatever. You know.
You
Whatever.
know what? I'm gonna drop a real quick review on this headset because I actually really like it.
Real
So,
quick review by Kevin.
HyperX
RQR
Cloud
baby.
2 is what I picked up.
What is it?
Uh, HyperX Cloud 2 headset for 100. Um, metal frame or metal
Why am I out of
hardware.
juice?
I don't know whatever the hell you want to call this. Um, it is very nice, nice feeling on the head. I wear glasses, so sometimes headsets with around ear pads, whatever you want to call them,
Cuff.
yeah, bother the whole glasses thing, like them resting on your ears and it scrunches your face and all that crap.
Hey, that's
No, this
something
feels
I
great.
suffer from.
Yeah, this feels great. And also, fun fact, they come with an extra set of things you could put on to replace the normal ear pad things that they have on there.
Oh.
And they are like super plush. And oh my god,
Isn't a
it
memory
is,
foam one?
yeah. And it kind of feels
Yeah.
like if as if I'm wearing like a winter hat, but just around my ears. And let me tell you something, it is so comfortable.
This plug into your controller?
Yep, it's plugged into my controller. Also, you could choose to plug the what are these called? 35 millimeter, whatever the
Yeah.
hell the thing is.
3.5 millimeter.
3.5.
35 millimeter.
3.
That's
It's
a
not
big
30. It's
fucking
not
plug.
35 millimeter. No, it's
That's a big
3.5.
fucking plug, guys.
3.5 millimeter cord. You can plug that directly in his controller, or you can
Kevin's
plug it
gaping his
into
controller, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Oh,
or you can
God.
plug it
Yoshinoda got it.
into the inline
It's too much of that cutie stuff.
headset sound drivers and extra crud to make it
Oh.
7.1 surround sound and USB cord.
Oh.
And let me tell you something, it sounds real good, and it also like triples the cord length.
Well then.
And the inline thing where that has the option of you can turn on and off 7.1, and there's volume settings for the headset itself, and the mic has a little clip on it, so you can even clip it onto your shirt or wherever else you want to clip it to. It's pretty good. I like this headset a lot.
How much?
Worth $100.
$100. Wow. Wow.
Really,
All right.
not bad at all for the quality of this. Like this metal feels real good. It's like a solid. What is this? Steel, aluminum, somewhere in between the two. I don't really know.
We'll have to
It doesn't feel
recommend
like
that.
it's gonna break. So
Yeah, we'll have to recommend that to Clopper or whatever the fuck we decided his name was.
Oh, and the microphone on
Clary?
these. The microphone on these is it plugs into the headset. So if for whatever reason you don't want like the mic on at all, just take it off.
So I have the Razer headset that I guess I can't use it without this microphone attached. It's bi-directional mic, and I returned the Turtle Beach and got the Razer because the Turtle Beach had like a weird, I don't know what shape head that was made for, but it was not shaped for mine. I guess I have an egg head, I guess, versus like normal round people. I don't know what the hell it is.
I have
But
are you wait, so like are hats also a pain in the ass for you? The
sometimes.
top of your head is so big. Oh, the top of my head is usually too big for a hat. Like most costume style hats or anything that like doesn't have adjustments like a fedora or something, usually not sized right for my head. Anyway, continue. Oh no, he's dead. All right, I'll fill time.
No, I'm good.
run
I'm
it.
good. Sorry. I was saying that because so yeah, the shape of the Turtle Beach one is different and it's odd. So I got this, but I can't use this one without the bi-directional mic inputted in the controller. It shows on the packaging that it looks like you can use it without it, but I guess you can't unless I'm missing something here. I don't know. It's a Razer X Barracuda is what I have.
Are you asking for tech support right now? What's going on?
Oh, no, well, I'm not asking for tech support.
Go on Reddit.
He's saying,
look in the manual.
oh my God, one of these days I'm just gonna stab him so hard in his fat that he just dies because all his fat leaks out of
Wait,
one
what?
hand. Oh my
That's not
God.
how fat works.
Anyway, wait, so you can't even use it as just like normal headphones if you don't plug the mic in?
I guess not. So that's the reason why I'm saying this is because
Hold on,
you
I'm
have.
This is what I'm
Because-
saying. He's just talking. I don't know why.
I'm ready.
I am okay. I'm asking because he's saying that the HyperX for 100, they're the exact same price point. That one has that one has a mic that you can detach and you can clip on like. Is that what you were saying? You could detach that and clip it on its own, the microphone,
No, you can just unplug it.
and you could
Like
still
instead
use
of having
it?
to like mute a mic or anything like that, I can literally just take this right off.
Oh, I see. Okay, I misunderstood what you said. And is that
The
a
clip
wireless
is,
and a wired as well?
It's wired only.
Oh, okay. That was my clarification, is why I said all I said.
The clip thing is on the like driver / 7.1 thingy that you plug the 3.5 millimeter into to turn it into a USB cord, but that cord is long as shit. Like,
got it.
I could jump rope with that cord.
Wow.
Damn, that is a long cord.
It's quite nice. Like if I plug it, so I have my PlayStation, like 3.5 feet off the ground. If I plug it into the front USB, it will go down to the ground, back up, and to the headset.
Wow. I wonder if it's a long enough cord where Adam and I can stick it up our ass and feel each other's reverberations.
I don't know what you just said.
The fact that you stumbled over your words and continued, it's just, Genesis, I would love to do that with you. And honestly, as Kevin was explaining how long the cord was, I just thought of like how those moms in like 80s and 90s movies would walk around a kitchen just on the phone that had this long ass
Yeah.
cord.
Wow.
And then Genesis, you said that, and I just figured we were just walking around a kitchen just with the cords up our ass, feeling the reverberations. It was pretty
And
fun.
also, if I didn't make it clear, the PlayStation does understand the difference between the two. So, like, if you just plug it into the controller, it just says, like, whatever the hell headset. But if you plug it in via USB, it has, like, the whole thing plus virtual surround sound in the description, and all the audio stuff sounds completely different.
Good
Nice.
for
Oh,
the
yeah.
PlayStation. We've come
So,
a long
can't
way from the
recommend it enough.
PS3.
If you're looking for a headset, you need
Genesis, you might want to look into that.
I might look into it, but I prefer wireless ones. I just don't want to plug anything into this controller. I want a
They
wireless
do
one.
have wireless ones. I just don't know if it's as nice as this.
I looked into HyperX
I think
Cloud.
it's a Stinger line wireless. I forget.
They get
I'm gonna have to.
expensive.
There was a
I'll have to
wireless one
look.
for 80 that I saw, but
That's probably garbage.
This one is wireless for $100, and I think it was on sale. I think normal price is like $130 for this or $140.
Yeah.
that sounds about right.
So I
But
did
I
buy
usually
those
like
other
most things
ones.
wired, so
I bought those other ones, the other Razer X, and then you guys said that the mic was lower on that one, and the Turtle Beach is which is why I kept the Turtle Beach. It's just Turtle Beach does not make headphones for people who have egg-shaped heads.
well.
Shame.
Also, I might be getting a new mouse soon because I'm really curious about the HyperX. Oh, what the hell was it called? Fast something? It's a mouse that like it has like a perforated plastic shell.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's super light. I think it's only 59 grams or something like that, or like 5.9 grams. I don't know. It's something super light. And I'm like, I'm intrigued. All right.
All
Okay.
right.
All right.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah,
We had a
Uh,
Logitech
look it up.
mouse.
I'll find it.
I think everybody's gone so far. Kevin, do we have
No,
any
wait.
topic this week?
Wait, Adam said third. There's four
Yeah,
of
I
us.
did.
Who
Yeah,
didn't go?
yeah. No, I didn't go.
Oh, I thought you went first. I
No,
apologize.
that's okay. Hey.
I didn't know.
Hey,
I didn't.
hey,
I
man.
apologize for
Hey.
that.
You went second. Kevin went third. There's only 3 of us here. Destinoto.
Of-
I didn't play too much. I played a few hours of Power or Wash Simulator. Still chugging my way through that. Just drowning in that, having a good time, but also I'm playing it. That's it. And then Sackboy, whatever that running game's called, Ultimate Sackboy. I'm playing that still.
I started Ultimate Sackboy, just so you know.
What do you think?
I think it's cool. It's not an endless runner, obviously, like you said. I think it's heavily reliant on you buying that pass, like
It
you
is.
did also mention. It is laggy for some reason. I don't know why.
It is not laggy for me.
Okay, so maybe I don't know. I have to double check.
I will tell you though, I have issues with connectivity sometimes, where if I open the app, it just says I'm offline, and I have to go into my internet, turn off my internet, go back into the app, then go back to my internet settings and turn on my internet, and then it catches up.
Okay, I haven't had to do that.
Yeah, it's a little weird sometimes, but no, mine lags like every so often. It's not like a consistent thing, but it's usually when I'm playing in the basement of my brick building at work. It's never like when I'm at home playing or whatever. Because I was playing for the first, 30 minutes of this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I don't know, I'm just a sick man. I'm level 488.
Wow.
I'm at 1385 trophies. The thing is, that sucks. I don't know if you've noticed. As you win or lose, you lose 6 points. Or 6 trophies if you lose. Or if you don't get bronze, silver, or gold, you lose 6 trophies. But then as you progress further and further in the game, the less you, or the more you lose, the less you, or the more you lose. Like, if you lose, like if I lose now, I lose 9 trophies. And when I get third place, I get 5 still. And I think the balance of that is kind of shit. so it's been a struggle trying to catch up.
They
But
gotta
some,
they
yeah,
gotta balance this game better.
the
It's just
the,
not a
the
good balancing
it's
system.
not even the first season's not even over. So I mean, I figured the balance issues would be there, and also like there's some weird things like there's like missions and stuff, and a mission I had today was slide 40 times within a run. I'm up to 50 seconds for my runs. I think you're still at 35 or 30.
Just about, yeah, about
Yeah,
35.
yeah, I'm at 50 seconds now. And to slide 40 times in a run, I would have to lose trophies, and I would have to basically just concentrate on sliding. And most likely, I wouldn't be able to do it. So I just haven't even attempted it. But I can't unlock the rest of my rewards, which sucks. Or my missions. So I'm kind of just stuck there. And then I didn't collect all the fruit today. I still have 2 left to go because I just been shit today. Because I have a cold. I've been on a lot of cold medicine, and my thumb is just like, I don't know. It's on vacation from my brain. It seems. So not doing too hot in that. But yeah, I'm glad you tried it at least. Are you gonna stick with it?
I haven't opened it back up in like 2 days since I started it, but I'll try it again. Like I'll keep playing a little bit here
I
and
gotta
there.
be honest. I pop it open every time I go on a break at work, and then if I have time on my lunch, I pop it open. And then sometimes when I'm home, I just pop it open while I'm just watching a YouTube video that doesn't take much in the way of like listening. So I'm still averaging like 30 minutes a day at least. Um, since this came out. So it's been like 2 weeks I've been playing. I've put more hours into this than Power Wash Simulator over the last few weeks, which is funny.
Interesting. Okay.
Because I'm not a mobile game guy, and if this wasn't Sackboy, I wouldn't fucking touch it. So
Yeah, no, I know. It's neither. I'm not a mobile game guy either, so
yeah, I don't.
like there's that DMC game, Pinnacle of Combat, which is a mobile game. I haven't even touched that game either. Like I won't play that because it's just a I don't know, it's
Yeah,
just atrocious
I
to
don't know
me.
how long I'll keep going with this one. I have a costume that I kind of like, but I'm also just getting annoyed at the challenges and stuff. I kind of want to stop playing it and just start it back up when I don't know. It seems better balanced, but at the same time, I feel like I'll be so far behind everybody else, and
Mobile
I'm
games
pretty
tend to do
sure
that when you sign off for a little bit, all of a sudden then
I come
you're
back and
so
it's just
far
late. Yeah, but
yeah,
then I
you're so
could buy
far
a season
behind.
pass and just get back there. But it's $8, and I'm just not about that life. Um, so yeah, that's what I've played.
Go watch anything besides The Last of Us?
Oh yeah, I had a spare 12 hours, so I watched the
A
last two.
spare 12 hours.
Hey, the joys of not being a father. Um, I watched the last 2 seasons of Peaky Blinders. Um, I don't know if anybody's watched that show.
Peaky Blinders.
Oh, okay, yep. Clearly, someone's watched some of it at least. How much have you watched?
I actually haven't watched any.
Are you serious? Oh, that's disappointing. That's
I just
disappointing.
I just know like they would
The Peaky fucking Blinders.
yeah.
Highly recommend it for you, especially. The first 3 or 4 seasons are like top tier television. I would say the
I
first
have
3 seasons are top tier
heard.
television. The fourth season is very, very good, and then the fifth
Mhm.
and sixth are there's seasons of a
God,
show. I'll
Gordon,
say
what?
that. But also Tom Hardy is in it at some points,
Oh yeah.
and he is the most Tom Hardy
Tom
can
Hardy's
be.
great. Oh
Also,
man.
Cillian Murphy is in this, and he's fantastic. And it's literally just like a gang in the 1920s in England who just are like just awful and just doing fun things. I really like it. The last season, it's the sixth season. It's a little much.
Hold
It's a
it.
little much for me.
Hold it.
Um, but I liked it still. And apparently they're making a movie to wrap it all up, which I'm like, okay, cool, cool. My favorite season is still season 2. I think 1 and 2 especially, but I think 3 and 4 are still really good, and 5 and 6 exist. And I stopped watching it for a few years, So I confused some Netflix
Jesus.
engineer. Some Netflix engineer was like, "Yeah, this guy's never watching this show," and then all of a sudden I just marathon 12 hours of it, Saturday and Sunday. So that was pretty cool. Um, I watched the new episode of Abbott Elementary. That's still good, still funny. Um, and then a little show called Last of Us, episode 8. Nobody else watched it, only me. Pretty good. Highly recommend it, especially to you, Genesis. Uh,
Mm.
but yeah, no, that's all I watched. I think. Yeah, no, that's it. That's it. All right. Anybody got any topics? Kevin, you got
No,
something?
I already basically did mine.
Oh, okay.
I ordered
Oh,
that mouse. So I'll have a review of the HyperX
next week
Pulse
or
Fire Haste next week. Yeah,
okay. Tune in
Nice.
for a mouse review.
I'm super excited to get this mouse. It's only $40. Um, insanely high reviews from like everybody. And it comes with replacement feet. It comes with grip tape that you could choose to put on any of the buttons or on the sides of the mouse if you want it there. Uh, it has four programmable buttons. Um, yeah, apparently a really nice cord.
Mm.
So
Cool. Cool.
Mouse I
apparently,
have is a G703 Logitech.
okay,
It only has two buttons to program on the side.
yeah,
Um, Mostly I just use them for the back and forward on my browser.
nice, yeah.
It clicks pretty good. It's got 4 speeds. I use the highest one because I'm a maniac. Even at work, I contacted the IT department. I was like, "Can you increase my mouse speed to max?" And they're like, "What?" I'm like, "I need it on max. I don't know how everyone's using this normal ass speed of a mouse. Where's everybody? What are you guys doing? Going too slow. Up them Mickeys, you know what I mean? Up
This
them
Up the
man is
Mickeys."
Mickey.
living. This man is living in a different time zone with his mouse speed.
Also, IT guy looked at my phone, Genesis. I forgot to tell you about this because I have Duo going through it for a work thing.
Sure.
And he was like, "Why is your text so big?" I'm like, "It's for the protection of my eyes." And he's like, "Oh, do you have issues?" I'm like, "No, that's why." Which is funny because that's literally exactly what
Hmm.
you said to me when I was increasing my text size to like the size of an old person's text. And you're like, "There's something wrong with this man."
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I'm
Okay.
operating at almost max brightness, large ass text. Everyone's like, "Is there something wrong with this man?"
You operate at a level of a 65-year-old grandfather.
I told you. I gotta.
Interesting.
It
Just
saves
You
me
operate on
eyes
me?
from stress. No, you have shit
uh,
eyes. You're done. You can't do
Kevin,
nothing.
if he operated on you, you'd gain cancer. You wouldn't lose cancer.
Oh
You'd
my
obtain
god!
cancer.
Oh my god, I'm fucking talented.
Yeah.
Apparently you operate with radiation. Yeah,
You do
how
operate
about
with
that one?
radiation.
Kevin, I was thinking as I was drinking some apple juice.
Uh-huh.
Apple juice is good.
I don't like it.
Why? It's the only fruit you're getting at that point.
It's kind of sour.
What apple juice are you drinking?
The only apple juice I like, Great Value.
That would probably explain why it's tasting sour.
Every other apple juice tastes too much like apples.
What the?
Confusing.
What
Alright.
the? You are
Might I
you are
recommend
a
Cran
confusing
Apple
man.
Ocean Spray?
Gross. Tastes like an apple. No
Ocean,
thanks.
okay, Kevin, Ocean Spray, Diet Ocean Spray, some of the best juice I've ever had
Oh, dude,
ever in
so
my
good.
life.
Oh,
I've never had the Diet Ocean Spray.
I mean, I can't drink the regular one, so on account I
Wow.
die.
Eat a fruit.
I can eat a fruit. I just it's not that I can't do that. I just that wouldn't help if I drank the regular one.
Yeah,
But
no, apple juice is bad for you. So
I stopped drinking the Ocean Spray diet. I switched over to. Tell me if you've had. What the heck is it? Minute Maid diet?
I've
It's
had Minute Maid, not Diet.
Minute
I
Maid
know they had
diet.
a diet.
Yeah, it's a Minute. I'm sorry, Minute Maid Zero, not Diet Zero.
Either way, yeah.
And the mango one, the fruit punch, and the
Ugh.
lemonade one. The fruit
Uh-huh.
punch and the mango are probably my favorite. The mango actually tastes like mango, and the fruit
Oh.
punch tastes like fantastic. I love it.
Oh God. No
Um,
thanks.
Okay, okay.
um, because I always look for like zero orange juice, and that doesn't exist. So that's my favorite one drink. I don't see it.
Why don't they make an
I,
apple juice that tastes like
Wait,
Sprite? You know what I mean?
what do you mean zero orange juice?
so like orange juice that is diet, basically like zero. They don't make that. They
Oh.
make like I've seen like zero Sunny D and things like that. That's the closest I can get to essentially like zero
Well,
orange
what
juice.
about? Now I'm curious. What about Minute Maid Kids or whatever the hell?
Still too much sugar.
I thought there was. Oh, is there? Okay.
hmm to give you an idea of the what is in this diet or 0 Minute Maid, it's 5 calories, and it has 5 grams of sodium. I think that's it.
Mm.
Nothing else in there.
Interesting.
Yeah,
No sugar,
fruit
nothing.
juices are usually pretty bad for people. And I know I like how a lot of people drink them and go, "I'm healthy now." I'm like, "You're drinking literally sugar concentrate. It's literally the
Yeah.
worst part."
They need to drink like the what they call is like, for example, if you look at Tropicana, Trop 50. Trop 50 is like orange juice, but without the added sugar. It's just the sugar from the oranges, like when you eat an orange.
Love
Uh,
orange juice. Could drink it every day, except I violently vomit every time I drink it
Orange
because
juice is
it's
good.
too acidic for me.
oh
My
yeah, you
favorite
have
is
that
cranberry
acid
juice.
reflex.
Oh, I have dum stomach is what I have. I don't know
Dum
what the
dum
fuck's
stomach.
going on. I do have acid reflux.
That's another serious element.
But
Dum
when
dum
we
stomach.
work at the Big Red machine back in the day, someone called it
Uh
Target.
huh.
I used to drink an orange juice every lunch, and then I would go to the bathroom to throw up.
Wow.
So it was funny because bosses kept catching me in there throwing up, and they're like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, oh yeah, I just had an orange juice," and they're like, "Stop drinking it." I'm like, "No." Um,
Just
but
love it.
yeah, you can kind of control it after a certain point. I don't know, throw ups. I could have a whole topic about throw up, but I'm not going to. All right. Anybody else have a topic, Testanoto? I feel like you want to talk about something.
Um, uh,
Really threw this man under the bus, huh?
Oh yeah, you did. I got a couple announcements, and we could probably have some conversation around that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Announcements. Oh man.
So one of them I just
Are we
read
finally
on.
invading?
I mean, yeah, we're invading Germany actually, just so you know.
Oh sweet.
Um,
Okay.
so
Why?
this is 8 hours ago, but I didn't see anybody talk about this yet. But I guess if you pre-ordered the Resident Evil 4 Collector's Edition in store at GameStop, they just basically told everybody that you won't be getting a Collector's Edition. They're not coming to store anymore. Um,
Oh, get wrecked.
it's
wow.
not going to be fulfilled. It's not going to arrive. You can use your money for something else, or you can cancel your collector's edition. It doesn't say anything about online orders getting canceled, but just in store. If you were in store and you said, "Hey, I wanted a Resident Evil 4 collector's edition," and you put down money for it, or you paid it in full, guess what, guys? You get fucked. You get no collector's edition because you didn't put it online.
Any explanation on that? Or
Nope. Just a memo that says customers can move the reservation to another game, use the deposit as credit to purchase something else, or get a refund. They just issued a
wow,
memo stating the collector's edition won't arrive in stores and will not be fulfilled / arriving.
that's
Hmm.
that's fucked up.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
don't we have one pre-ordered
we
online.
do online. Yes, it was not in a store. I am just getting to the point where there's just no good place except for Amazon to buy video games anymore. I
They're not
hate
even
Best
day one
Buy.
anymore, though.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, I hate everything that sells video games. I don't want to buy at Target because Target usually has the worst pre-orders.
They
Um,
do. I agree. Except that when they had that
GameStop,
Sackboy for Little Big Planet 3.
yes, GameStop is a shitty company.
I agree.
Best Buy is an even worse company. Um,
Finally, you agree.
and Amazon doesn't have day one. They're not terrible, but they just don't have day
I
one.
I think Amazon is my Amazon's been my go-to for some years now, and I think they'll remain my go-to. Only because it's just simpler with Amazon. I don't know.
Yes.
It's just everything else. I hate Best Buy. Target's annoying. And every time I've ordered from Target, it's not day one, but it's like that day or 7 weeks from then. Amazon is, it may not be day one, but I'll get it in the next couple days. Like,
My thing with
oh,
GameStop is I can continuously just make money off of them. Like I have more than $300 to $400 in GameStop. I haven't bought a game
Wait,
using my own
still?
money. Yes,
go
I
get a
thought you used it on
PSVR
the
too.
DualSense.
I still have $300 to $400.
Go
What
get a PSVR, baby.
No, 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 no. I'm waiting for if Stellar Blade has a collector's edition. I'm gonna buy that with the GameStop gift
It's
cards.
probably not going to be in stores.
Probably not. I'll probably have to get it online. But I keep building money with them because they have these stupid offers in their store, like 50% extra trading credit for like these old games that end up being like a ton of money. And I also get gift cards by just doing random things at my work. We have like programs that you can sign through, like Samsung and things like that, where you keep doing trainings every day and you get points. And eventually, I could use those points and redeem gift cards for GameStop, which is great. I could also get it for Amazon, but like I guess I could just swap over to the Amazon and just do that. But like I just have already have $300-$400 in GameStop. Like I'm gonna keep buying games through them because I have the money that I don't need to spend out of my pocket. Um, and
Huh.
I did like them for a little bit, but then the stock thing was going crazy with them, and I'm like, ah, cool. No, I'd rather shop at GameStop then because I hated Best Buy because Best Buy is just a shit company and they're horrible. They're just
2015,
terrible.
that's when I stopped liking GameStop.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know where to
Bastards.
shop. I mean, PlayStation Direct is another go-to where I go
Direct is
get.
nice because you get that Sony points.
Yep, yep. Real good for Sony points.
I got a lot of
Um,
Sony points right now.
so do I. 14,000.
I don't have that many.
14,000.
I
I'm
think I'm
trying
at
to.
like 8.
I gotta redeem it and buy and pre-order Fatal Frame. Remind me to do that before the end of tonight because it comes out on the 9th and I want the pre-order for
What
the
time would you like
digital
that
deluxe.
reminder?
Um, before midnight.
It's 11:40.
Good.
Yeah, how
So in
about do it
20
right now?
minutes.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well,
Anyway, yeah, that was one announcement for that GameStop debacle. Other announcement I was reading as well online today. $5.1 billion is still
oh,
available from Sony to be able to be used for more acquisitions. $5.1 billion.
there's a caveat to this
What's the caveat?
that it's not just PlayStation. It's Sony as a company.
Okay. I don't know what the fractions break down to. Um,
I don't think they're gonna. If they buy anything, I don't think it's gonna be significant. I'll gladly be wrong with that, but
they are in the process of closing Z Entertainment Enterprises in India.
yay,
They bought that for $1.5 billion.
cool, cool.
Desunoto would know what that is. Desunoto, you remember ZTV?
Mm-hmm.
They bought them.
The rugby people?
Mm-hmm.
No, 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 no.
No,
ZTV,
I
the
just made
Indian
something
channel.
up, man. I just cricket, you know.
No, they're a huge,
Wow.
huge Indian entertainment channel, and they show like movies, dramas, music videos, everything. They're like MTV in India.
Ooh, so it's bad.
No, it's actually really good for them.
No, but I okay, never mind.
I don't know what you meant by that, but
Well, what do you think
He
of
meant like
MTV?
the company is bad.
What do you think of MTV?
oh,
You a big fan of that
I guess
channel?
I haven't watched them.
This man, every day, he talks about how much he hates society. He hates how the young are sexually free. He hates all of it. MTV literally represents all of that, and this man's like, I don't have any feelings on MTV.
I haven't watched it.
What? Never mind. Ignorant all the time, except when I want you to be, you son of a bitch.
um,
ZTV, pretty
they
exciting.
also have their own channel in India. It's called Sony, the Sony channel. It's actually called Sony.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah,
Um,
we've talked about it
so that
before.
now they and ZTV was the biggest competitor to Sony Entertainment Channel in India. They bought them now, so they basically own almost all of Indian television.
I can't imagine that's true.
I don't think there's any other Indian television like
I know Disney had a big chunk,
they have Hotstar, which
but then they
Hotstar.
lost a big chunk recently. That's why their subscribers numbers went down. Or they lost. I think
Oh,
they lost a cricket thing. That's why I made that cricket joke.
I think they lost a cricket thing, but they still own Hotstar. They still have Hotstar in India.
You stop talking
Um,
about me like that, man. Oh my
but the
god.
but the two big channels in India that showcase a lot of things that Indian people watch is ZTV and Sony.
What about that YouTube channel that was fighting PewDiePie?
That's T Series. They make music. They don't make
They had movies
shows.
and stuff.
They do movies. ZTV and Sony mainly do TV shows. They broadcast television. I'm trying to think an equivalent here. Like uh like I guess AMC, I guess. They have TV shows. Is that a good comparison?
Yeah, I guess, sure.
Anyway, I mean, $5.1 billion by the entirety of Sony. Let's, for example, say that two and a half. I think that's a fair chunk for PlayStation. Is available for PlayStation to do. You know what to use to do as they please. What do you buy for 2.5 billion?
A smaller studio. Also, ZTV is number 7 in Indian television.
What's number one?
Dongle?
Dongle.
Dongle, Sun TV, Goldmine, Starma, Colors, Star Plus, Z, Star Prava, and Star Vijay, and then a
Oh,
different Z.
dongle is I don't know what the hell dongle is. Star TV, Colors, Star Plus, yeah, those I know of.
Yep.
So Sony and Z were big ones out there. Star Plus, I thought they were owned by. Who the hell are they owned by?
Yeah, they might be owned by somebody else.
I think they have a parent company. But yeah, basically to the panel, what do you if you're Sony with $2.5 billion, what do you go buy?
Deals.
What kind of deals? What are you buying? Who are you buying?
No, not that. Like, just third party deals.
So you don't buy you don't go for an acquisition. You just
I
do
don't
third party
see a
deals.
need. Okay, so the way I see acquisitions right now, every company slowed down on acquisitions except the weird, crazy ones like Tencent and the other one. Even they kind of slowed
That have
down
unlimited
because
money.
yeah,
They just
but
have
even
unlimited
they
money. Yeah.
slowed down because money's being difficult for people, which means money can be difficult for corporations, so they will not spend that money and they will start cutting people. Um, so I don't see Sony or really anyone else. I don't see any acquisitions happening until like interest rates and things start to go down again. I just don't see it happening. We even saw it start to slow down last year, and then Sony's done like smaller acquisitions that were like a couple pennies on the dollar compared to everything else. But like in regards to PlayStation, I don't know if they'll buy anything unless it's like something small that we don't know about. I can see a VR studio, a couple VR studios, smaller
That's a
VR
good.
studios.
That's a good guess. That's a good guess.
Yeah. Other than that, I just see it's mostly like coming out on top, keeping that cash in hand, basically, for the rest of the year. Because right now their PlayStation section is killing it, and I feel like they feel like they're pretty well prepared for the coming months and years with PlayStation games.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I don't think they're too worried about like acquisitions and stuff. Plus, it already feels like they bought most of the companies that we were like, buy them, buy them.
I still want them to buy Square.
Nah.
Square's now shrunk, and I would want them to buy Square and
I,
just be done with keeping Final Fantasy on PlayStation. If Microsoft can go in and buy Activision and Blizzard and keep things like that on Xbox, Sony should flex and be like, listen, I'll keep all the JRPGs on PlayStation. You want to play a JRPG? You come on PlayStation and you play this. That's
I,
that's
I,
what I would think.
I
But anyway, I'm
see it
sorry.
as Sony is not worried now of the other developers being bought by like a competitor. I see them being bought like I could see Square being bought by like Tencent or whatever. I don't think I think Sony and Microsoft were totally going after and buying things because they were like, if we don't, the other will. And now that Microsoft's been basically held back on this Activision Blizzard King deal, like I don't think Microsoft's going for any acquisitions anytime after this deal.
Yeah,
Um,
I think they're
I think
they're
they'll lay
pretty much
low for a while.
yeah they're pretty much done for a while.
And then with all the layoffs and stuff too, I think that's another reason they're done. Um, so I don't think Sony needs to. And they would just start saving it back up and be like, all right, we can invest in like other things that we're doing. Like let's keep investing in this car. Woo!
Oh, that car! I'm ready for that car. I want to buy that
So
car.
yeah, PlayStation centric stuff. I don't see too much,
Invest in me,
but
daddy.
also wouldn't be shocked if we woke up tomorrow and Sony bought something and be like, oh my god, what?
I'm they're they can surprise anybody they want to at this point.
Yeah, some idiot on Twitter tweeted out that Sony was going to buy 2K,
I
and then
did
it
see that,
started.
and
Yeah,
that
it started to
was yeah.
spread. But that guy has tweeted out that he's confirmed Sony bought Activision in the past before Sony bought Square Enix. It's a man who just makes up shit. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't see that
No,
happening
I
anytime
don't think
soon.
that's gonna happen. Again, like I said,
I don't think it needs to, and I don't want it honestly.
I think they'd be better off buying somebody smaller like Square. So I think
Hexagon.
that'd be something we could see. Maybe Capcom, but I don't know if Capcom's too big.
I said
Yeah.
hexagon, but okay.
No, I
Oh,
I know,
Hexagon.
Kevin. I was laughing
Yeah,
at that.
I know.
Um,
He just went with Capcom.
yeah,
He
he's
put in what he
using
wanted to. You hear that?
Capcom. I just feel like they're doing their own thing. I
Yeah.
think out of everything, I think you're right with Square. Like that's the most obvious choice, especially since they sold off like a bunch of their stuff. But also, a lot of the things they sold off, you would think Sony would have wanted.
I don't think they would have wanted Tomb Raider. I don't think they would have wanted any Crystal Dynamics,
What do you mean? You don't think
considering.
they would have wanted Tomb Raider? They
Mm,
could have got the Tomb Raider people and been like crossover. Nathan Drake, Lara Croft.
maybe Amazon outbid them.
Oh yeah, Amazon bought that. I forgot about that.
Yeah, Amazon outbid them probably.
Um,
When Amazon steps in to buy something, you don't wanna mess with that. That's just not.
yeah, because then they
Yeah,
put out a game and then they take it away.
I'm
Remember
sure.
that?
Yeah. But I don't know. I see your point, but at the same time, I don't think that's something that they'd be like, oh yeah, I want Tomb Raider. They didn't see anything they wanted out of Crystal Dynamics, or like this company is this studio that they have Crystal Dynamics is shit. It's
True.
made nothing but garbage.
I don't know about that, but
I can't. I do not remember a game that's made by them that was actually really good.
Tomb Raider.
Only the first one,
There you go. We got a game.
I guess.
We did it.
Was it that great?
I don't. I mean, it reviewed well.
Hmm. All right. Well, there's that. What else? Let me think.
Hold on, let me do this one.
Yeah, go ahead.
City Skylines 2.
Ooh.
City Skylines 2 was announced. It's coming to everything. It looks like it's gonna have seasons. That's basically all we know about it. It's coming 2023, and apparently some City Skylines people, like in the community, played it like a year and a half ago. So it's a CGI trailer with a voiceover. It's cool. Um, I need to know more. I need to see more, and that's a day one. If my PC or I might even just get it on PS5. I played the other one on PS4 as well. So
Just get it on PS5.
yeah, so very excited for that. Get hype, Kevin. You gonna play
I'm
it?
excited for you.
I don't know.
Kevin, put that mouse to work. You know what I mean?
Oh,
mm Also, get back into the first City Skylines.
oh.
Recommended that to you like in 2015, and you were like, "I'll play it." And then you played like a few hours, and then you nothing.
Yeah.
Still mad. Game of the year 2015. Anything else, Genesis?
Hmm. Everybody got their PS Plus games downloaded for today. I got Battlefield and Code Vein.
I'm sorry for you.
You're
I
sorry for me.
I
I'm
was
sorry
taking a
as well.
moment
Hang
of
on a minute.
silence to be sorry for
I'll be
you.
right back.
There is no moment of silence. There's a moment of point and laugh at Battlefield
Well,
2042.
he's gone, Kevin, so we're not going to talk about things anymore, except The Last of Us. Um, guys, I think it's time to talk about it. I'm okay with moving on to that. Everybody else okay
Yeah,
with moving on to Last of Us?
Absolutely.
good.
What a shit episode. You know what I mean? These fucking
Man,
there's too many white people in the world. I don't like the
they're
violence of
all
this
fucking
show.
cannibals.
I honestly thought this
All
was a
these Jesus
farming
people, oh my
simulator.
god.
I thought they were going to be farming in this episode, and there was no farming. In all seriousness, we'll do this how we normally do this. Except I want to do this a little bit different,
Oh,
and I want Desunoto to lead the discussion.
Oh.
okay.
That's it. I'm done. It's all him now.
Wow. Wait, are we doing our initial thoughts or just
Sir,
into it?
some would say you are the David, but not in that way. You are the
Oh
leader.
no. Oh god. Oh David. Oh my god.
Oh,
That
David.
dude. That dude. Holy shit.
Is that where you want to start?
So yeah, we'll start there. I thought he didn't really match the in-game character for him, um, too much, other than his voice. He
Okay.
looked pretty different, but his voice definitely, and the way he spoke definitely got it back. Like
Oh yeah.
that, that definitely sounds like the David we know and despise in the game, because he's just a literal monster.
This is how you know people are racist. Nobody complained about David's casting, even though he looks nothing like the in-game character.
Yeah.
Except he's still a white guy. I'll be honest, this guy, no offense to him, looks way creepier than the David in the game. Um, just has that creepy vibe to him. But also, when I saw him, I was like, hey, that's the guy in El Camino. He was the just know you saw El Camino, right?
I did not
Oh my
actually.
god, never mind. He was in El
Yeah, I
Camino.
still
I'll just
gotta
leave it at
watch
that.
that.
He plays a cop. I'll throw that
Oh.
out there. But he
Hmm.
has a mustache in there. And I was like, that's the guy from El. What the fuck? What the hell is he doing in here? Also, it's funny. The actor's name Scott Shepard, and he's playing the Shepherd David. So
Oh,
fun little fact.
wow.
But yeah, I
He
thought
was,
I thought he was real creepy.
yeah.
Um.
Oh, especially that cage scene. Oh my God.
Oh my God,
Oh,
Kevin.
they're slowly just getting closer and
Oh.
closer and talking and
So I saw some backlash to David being like, oh, I don't remember him being a pedophile in the game. And I'm
yeah,
like,
he was.
when Joel captures those people they say she's David's newest pet. And then he
Yeah.
literally says almost the exact same thing. And also he's like, please tell me your name. Like what do you think this grown adult man is talking to his 14-year-old girl about? Also, fun little fact. I was on a YouTube and some guy in the comments was like, "Why would David want Ellie when Hannah was just as good looking?" And I was like, "That's also a child, sir."
um.
And reported that comment and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
Also,
that's.
Hannah got slapped.
Yeah, she got slapped with his
Yeah.
glove.
Hannah got bodied.
Oh
She
my
got dropped.
god. When he's slowly walking up and just whack.
And then he like puts his hand out and he's like,
That
"I
was the
could be.
best.
Hey, I know you don't have a father because we're about to eat him,
And
but
this is how they manipulate and
uh,
hypnotize.
yeah,
Holy shit. She just
absolutely
grabbed his
awful."
hand. She was like, oh, okay. Okay, you didn't mean that. Okay, father. She didn't
Also,
say any of that, but
yeah, the look on
that's
her
what's.
face was like a fear, but also kind of like a respect. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh, this is gross. I
Like, oh,
hate this.
this is where this is.
Uh-huh.
And then they
Oh,
all sit
man.
down to eat, and he has the biggest fucking plate,
Yeah!
Uh-huh.
He
and then
is
it's just
full
a
of
bunch
meat.
of clinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh god, oh god. Kevin, when did you
Yeah.
realize it was human?
Uh, when it was uh-huh, uh-huh,
Is
uh-huh. When
that?
when it was
It was
actually
that.
revealed in the show that it was.
Oh,
What?
David's a cannibal in the show?
You see how we were all collectively silent there? Guess who Noto and I played the game, even though he shoved something in his mouth. Probably Cool Whip, I don't know. But
I was just
like,
drinking water.
I don't know if you remember the game. David, also a cannibal. Um,
Mm, okay.
so yeah, just a heads up.
Yeah, remember they
Spoiler
had
alert.
that whole table? The whole table, and
Yeah,
they
where
actually
Ellie woke up and they
show.
were cutting an arm off a
Yeah, they
body.
actually show it happening in front of her in the game.
Yeah, yeah.
Again, this is
Y-
eons ago. I haven't
It
played this
was
game
pretty
in.
fuzzy for me too, but I still remember the general
I
flow of
close
the
my
game.
eyes and I hear every word of dialogue. I remember seeing the trailer and being like, "Is that Troy Baker as James?"
Oh my
And I
god,
texted my
Troy.
friend Alex that, and he was like, "Who the fuck is
Uh,
James?" I'm
I
like,
don't know who James was either, but
I'm like, fucking
I
James. You kidding
forgot.
me? Nobody remembers James. Nobody ever remembers James.
Buddy Boy.
But yeah, Buddy Boy. Love James.
Oh man,
He had a weird
Troy.
voice actor in the game. It was like
Yeah,
clearly not the most talented voice actor in the
clearly
game.
not Troy.
Yeah, no, Troy. Shout out to Troy. Kevin, I don't know if you know this. The guy who played James, David's right hand, is Troy Baker, the original voice of Last of
Yeah,
Us.
I read articles.
Not Last of Us, Joel. I don't know why I said
Actor
Last of
and
Us.
voice actor.
Yeah,
Gosh.
and he was really good.
Um,
Yeah, for
Like,
his, he didn't have too much, but he was a good like supporting
yeah, he made a good
with
impression.
David. Yeah,
mhm.
He gave a lot of looks.
Yeah.
yeah.
Also, when he was eating the meat, he's one of the people that know it's human meat, and he
Oh
was not
yeah,
enjoying it. He was eating like a tiny forkful at a time. I
yeah.
want to say that this episode humanized David's people, dehumanized David.
Yep.
That's what I will say compared to the game. Because David's people, you don't really learn too much about them. You just know them as raiders. But in this
And
one, he's like a shepherd, and yeah,
it starts out so like light and like it makes it seem like he actually cares about everybody
so
so much, and he's such a human being.
yeah.
But that flow of how his steady decline throughout the episode is crazy.
That speech he gives to Ellie when they're sitting at the fire, I think, is great. Kevin,
Oh
I want to ask
God.
you, Kevin,
Oh,
when
that
did you
struck me
know?
again.
When did you know David was not a good man?
Immediately.
Thank you.
Oh really?
I also knew David was not a good man immediately. I don't know if it's because of my distrust of religion or how creepy this guy looked. But if
No, no,
I
no, no.
didn't know what the game
It
was,
was
I still would have been like, I don't know about
so
this.
I didn't remember this part of the game at all.
I don't think
Like
you ever got there.
I was completely lost. But but the way he said words versus what his face said, I
Yeah.
was like, ooh, this is my favorite kind of villain because he's saying one thing, right? And he's coming off as nice, but there's
Yeah,
something else going on in his brain right now.
yeah,
He's saying words of empathy, but you look at his eyes and they're completely soulless.
Yeah.
And props to the actor who
Oh my
yeah.
god,
fucking
the whole way through the episode
the
sold it.
whole way through the episode. Props to him for being this like, and honestly, a little bit charismatic with that at that
Oh
campfire
yeah.
scene where he's being
Hmm.
like, nah, you know, actually, kind of would like a cult. I'm a preacher, and being like, okay, he's recognizing that it seems kind of weird, and also he found
Hmm.
God after the apocalypse, which either is the best thing or the worst thing. It's like, oh, that's fun. I like that. And then you get to the scene where he's like, cordyceps are my god. Are they evil? And it's like, what the fuck?
they they
Yeah.
nurture their kin,
Yeah.
and they spread and oh
They succeed with violence. It's like, oh my
yeah.
god, David, no.
There was so much though about this episode that was good. Oh my god.
Kevin, I wanna just point out real quick. Hold on, give me a second. Let me pull up my phone real quick. Kevin, in the middle of the workday, Kevin texted me, and he said, "Holy shit, let's go, Joel!" in all caps at 10:10 in the morning. Kevin,
Yeah.
was that the torture scene, or was it the scene where he stabbed that man?
uh,
In the boiler room.
Yeah.
it was the torture scene.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Okay. The torture
Oh
scene
my
is my
god.
favorite scene in this show
Oh my
because
god.
it's
He
literally it's
screams
basically
at
word
that
for word.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a
Oh
word for
my
word
god.
scene from the game. There's only some small details like where the Silver Lake is a campground, and also instead of stabbing the first guy in the chair, he chokes him out and breaks his neck, and then he walks up to the other guy and says, "It's okay, I believe him," and then it smashes his head in with a pipe.
It was epic. Oh my god, I loved
And
that so
honestly,
much.
I was so nervous about this episode because for some reason, little dumb me thought they would take that scene out or change it in a way
Oh no.
where it would be just, I don't know, not as hard hitting, but they literally kept all of it. And Pedro Pascal was a man of rage
Oh my
because
god.
he when
Oh,
he screamed where,
that
and then he
that
fucked the
scream.
kneecap.
Holy fuck. That shot through my goddamn body
I was,
when he
yeah.
screamed.
And then when Timothy, because they keep naming these bad guys, when Timothy's getting beat and he's like, I don't know, no girl. And then he finally is like, it's not a town, it's a resort. And he's just like, please, sir, please. And these two dudes are totally out of their element. They're not ready to be tortured. And Joel is like, you're both going to die, and it's not going to be a good experience. That scene is
Dude.
so fucking good. And then even the scene when that guy comes down the stairs and Joel, you knew Joel was getting up and hiding, but then he just pops up and holds on to that guy after stabbing him in the jaw neck area. And then
Right?
that man's face dies in front of. They killed that man in real life. I don't know how that man's face contorted the way it did.
Yeah.
I don't know if they hired a man who's died before and he was like, yeah, I can reenact it. Um, or they're like, okay, Pedro, we're gonna stand like attach this electronic thing. You're gonna stop this man's heart, and he will die. But then after the scene, we're gonna resuscitate him because this guy fucking died, and it's wild. The only show I could think of that does this as well is Barry on HBO, where when people die, it looks like they actually fucking die, and it's violent as hell. Um, and that guy fucking died. So I don't know if you guys saw that, but the twitching of his mouth and the way his
And
eyes went,
the blood just running through his teeth.
I hated everything about
Oh
it.
god, that was nasty.
I
That was
play the
actually
game and kill
nasty.
400 people and be like, all right, this is a game, whatever. I watched the show. Brian, I'm still upset about that. I'm still like, they could have worked it out with Brian. His mom was nearby. Like, and then this, And then this, and then that one guy walks up and he's like, Timothy, and Joel just butts him in the head with a gun, and then he wakes up in a little torture room. Like, and he gets
Those
his head
cuts,
bashed in with the pipe. I
those
just,
cuts at that
so
point. Oh,
good.
Thank God it was
So
a golf club.
fucking good. I screamed during that entire scene of excitement, like a sick man. Like, I was so excited that I really did not expect that scene to be as faithfully adapted as it was. And it was beautiful, and I loved every second of it, and this is my favorite episode.
okay, but like, oh, can I jump in and
Yeah,
just go ham now?
you do, hey, go. It's an open
All right,
discussion.
so I don't know. Again, I don't know what the hell where we're at in the video game. I also don't know what is shot for the video game, but or timing wise, the timing of all the events in this episode. Oh, mwah, amazing. Here's why. Maybe I read too far into this, but this wasn't even something that like I thought about after the episode. This is as it was going on. I had these thoughts. All right. So you got this guy named David, real creepy villain for all the right reasons,
Hmm.
and then
He likes children.
alongside this, you got Joel, who just brutally murders three people.
He's a good
Two
man.
of which he was like, actually, no, not even two. One of which he tortured a little bit, and did
I
his
mean,
way.
the other
And
guy
then the next
watching, I
guy's
would
like,
say
oh
that's
my
just as
god,
bad torture.
yeah. He's like, oh my, dude, no, he told you everything right. And he's like, oh yeah, no, I believe him. By the way, say goodbye to your brains.
Yeah,
Um,
that's okay. I
and I'm
believe
like,
him.
holy moly, okay, all right,
He's a
sure.
good man.
So,
That's a good man.
and then you got Ellie, who fucking goes ham on David
Goes
and does
ham.
not stop hitting him with this meat cleaver at all. And then
Yeah.
when links up with Joel, is like at a loss for any sort of actual word
Uh huh.
and acted superbly, just stuttering constantly as she like takes comfort in Joel. So you have that that goes on afterward. You have creepy villain guy who's just creepy and oh man, nothing sits right about anything that like he says throughout the episode or what he does, and he
It's a little
seems to
off.
just genuinely enjoy messing with everyone and being above everybody while having this facade of like, no, no, I'm a nice man. And
Hmm.
then you have that contrast to Joel brutally murdering people and Ellie just brutally murdering this man. And then they walk off and the scene slowly fades. Best ending of an episode because it's like by the end of this you go, now wait a minute, who's the bad person here?
Yeah, if you're just walking by somebody watching this and you catch it and they're like, "Why is this nice preacher man being harassed by this adult and this child?" Like, it's so weird.
It's so good. I loved that ending, where they ended it and how with the fade out
It's
was just
mostly
like
how the game does it too.
it hit me in such a way where I was like, wow, this really gets you to question like who's really not who's like right here, but who's more of a monster here out of the three characters, David, Ellie, and Joel.
Honestly, I still think the answer is clearly David because
Oh, yes, yes,
he's like,
because
"I'm going to keep you," and also, I thought you would understand by now. The fighting is the part I like.
yeah,
And then he
yeah.
says there's no fear in love. And that's too much, David. Or also the line of you don't know how good I am. Okay, incel, what are you doing? What's going on there? Like, what the
But
fuck?
like, but even still, like, oh my God, this it was so good, and I
Beautifully
don't
paced.
know why I like that so much because like it literally is a comparison of who's being inhumane in what ways. But
That's
god
Last of Us.
damn, it was just shot so well and it deserves getting all kinds of credit because
Kevin, you're
apparently I'm not
doing
reading too deep into this either because apparently this is what you thought as well.
well, Kevin. This theme was touched upon in earlier episodes. Remember what Henry
Sure,
said?
sure.
I'm a
Yep.
bad guy because I did a bad guy thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
what are good actions? What's morality in this world? And
Right.
that's what the story of The Last of Us is. And I think this show is handling that in a way that the game could never do, because you get to spend all these moments with these characters, these subtle moments that you just see with just looks. And this
Yeah.
show is so fucking good at looks. Like,
It really is.
I know what James is thinking in a lot of the scenes. I know what that little girl was thinking. I know what her mother was thinking. I don't know what David was thinking, because that man's a psychopath. I know what Joel was thinking, and I know that the only thing in his body at that point, blood left. He was only adrenaline at that point. Because when he
Hmm.
finally gets Ellie at the end, he starts to slowly limp away.
Yeah.
But when he's fucking going through, he's wrecking dudes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He's going a little slow, and he looks real pale, and his hair's a mess, and he looks terrible. But like, holy fuck. But this episode is paced so well. It goes by so quickly.
It
Um,
does. Oh my
I don't
god.
know. I think because I played the game, I felt like there was. I kind of wish there was a scene of Ellie and David fighting the infected, because that's when David starts to develop some sort of. Clearly, there's some sort of attraction with David to Ellie in the game, especially in that scene. He's kind of impressed with her, how she gets a drop on James and David for in other ways, basically the same deer thing. But then, as they're fighting infected, he's like, "Oh, you're pretty good at that, and you're very violent. Like, how'd you come that?" And they talk a little bit, and then they sit down at the campfire, and then the betrayal thing happens, where he's like, "James, lower the gun." Um, and I kind of wish we got that, not only because I feel like the show is lacking a little bit of the infected, but also I like that banter between David and Ellie. There was some, like, his charisma was in that campfire scene, but I think I could have used like 5 more minutes of them just talking and getting along. Because
Mm-hmm.
I know they were there for like a couple hours, because James had to go 2 miles back to the camp, grab guns, and 2 miles back to where David and Ellie were. So
Right.
I could have used a little bit more of that, but other than that, I think they executed this so fucking well, and I was so
Yeah.
shocked when Ellie hit David in the face with the meat cleaver, not the machete, unfortunately, but I'll take a meat cleaver. When she hit him with the meat cleaver, and it went on for way longer than it did in the game, and Joel did not come up behind her and stop her. That didn't happen until she got outside.
Yeah.
And I don't know, Destinoto, if you were like, where the hell's Joel at that scene?
Oh, I was like, she keeps slashing
Yeah,
his face, and in the game, he appears to grab a hold of her and have her just like, calm
yeah,
her
he
down
grabs, yeah, and
completely.
stops her. Basically the same thing that happens outside,
Yeah, it
but
just
she
happened
stops
inside
hitting.
instead.
It's
Yeah,
like he controlled her violence.
yeah.
But I think because they're really laying the groundwork for season two, they want to show that violence more, because I mean they're violent people, especially in the second game. They really devolve into that. But like I was just like, oh my god. But then I don't in the after thing, they were saying even or it might not even be the after thing. It might have been part two of the creators on creators. Neil Druckmann said that people playing the game were probably expecting Joel to appear there, but we wanted her to finish that out and then walk out of the building and then
Yeah.
have Joel grab her. And I was like, "Fuck, man, that was powerful to me," because I'm like, "Fuck, we're not getting that." I'm like, "I know it was in the trailer. I know it's gonna happen, but when?" Then she walks
Yeah.
outside, not covered in enough blood, I'll say. All right, she just meat cleavered a man's face. I don't know. I didn't count, but I would say at least 30 times.
Yeah.
Maybe like 20. And she comes out and she has a little bit of blood on her face. And that's it.
I mean, I'm okay with that. I'm okay
I'm
with that.
okay with
Yeah.
it too. I'm just like, I'm not expecting like a carry level amount of blood, but like a little bit more would have been nice. You know what I mean? I want to see
Yeah.
more
Mhm.
14-year-old girls covered in blood.
Oh well.
You know what I'm saying? Not their blood. I just want them to get revenge on the male patriarchy. It's nothing big. Don't worry about it.
Uh-huh. Anyway, um, other details about this episode. All right, pretty sure, pretty sure that that was way too much insulin that Ellie was giving him,
First of all, not
or
insulin.
penicillin,
Yeah,
Penicillin.
penicillin.
yeah, insulin would kill him.
But also, like, I don't think you're supposed to give them much penicillin. I tried to Google it, got mixed results. Um, in fact, most of it talked about like not chewable, tablet insulin. And they're like, oh
Uh,
yeah, yeah, you take like
penicillin?
this much, and I'm or
Why you keep saying?
I
Did you
keep saying
Google
insulin. I
insulin?
don't know why. No, I Googled penicillin. I Googled the correct thing. Um, but they kept saying like, oh yeah, 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 3 grams of penicillin. I'm like, that's not how you measure out a syringe, but okay, sure. Um, I just feel like that was way too much. That syringe, she pulled that back pretty far. Also, that's a big bottle apparently. But anyway, um,
I guess she doesn't really know, right? She
Yeah.
never
no, and
really.
I don't think it could really go too badly. But like, also, I don't know about this. But it's fine. It's fine. That's a detail we can overlook. Let's talk about a detail we can't overlook, or at least Kevin can't overlook. So I'm now convinced that when everybody came on set for day one, they were like, "Oh yeah, by the way, none of you are actually gonna. We're not doing like any scenes today. We're not shooting any scenes. Instead, all right, we're gonna give you all your care package, and inside this care package is also gonna be your gun for this show. We want you to take it home, get to know it, dress it up. You want to like cut it, go ahead. You want to put some paint on it, go ahead. Here's a roll of duct tape for each one of you. Every gun in this show is different. They're not using the same prop over and over again. Every single gun is actually different because everybody's done their own thing to this freaking. I'm so confused. Do we need this level of detail? No. But am I happy it's there? Yes. Uh, because even you see all the different rifles and all these different uh, raider members like hands as they're looking for Joel. Every single one is different. No two are like is wild. Anyway, I just had to
All
throw
right.
that out there because I'm
Kevin, I know you were curious. The usual
uh-huh.
dose is 5.7 to 11.4 milligrams per pound of body weight every 6 hours.
Oh,
Um, the average syringe is around 10 milliliters. Um,
Oh,
so
that's filled up properly then.
So
Okay.
yeah, it was. I think she just filled the syringe. Since Joel's a big guy,
About
I
like
think she
halfway.
did
yeah,
enough. Also, every 6 to 10 hours. So it looks like she did it that night and then woke up the next day and did it again. But I want
yeah.
to talk about how she injected it straight into the wound. And let me tell you, my stomach was turning. I'm like, I know she doesn't know where to put it. I feel like that would have been taught in a class, but at the same time, would you put it in a wound? I don't know
Yeah,
if I would.
I would.
Maybe like the shoulder. Well, I mean,
I don't know if it's
has
because
she
I
ever
have the
received an
knowledge.
injection before?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Right? That would maybe.
Well, I know penicillin goes into the blood, or at least that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
Um, so I mean, if I don't know how to find a vein, would I put it by a wound? I guess I kind of would, cause like,
I.
what is there
I'll
blood
tell you what.
there?
I'll tell you what. I don't know if it's because I just know injections and I've been trained in first aid and stuff. I would literally go thigh or stomach. And I know she went stomach, but also into the
Hmm.
wound. And I don't think I would push a needle into a pussy wound. I would just think the pus would leak into the bloodstream. I don't know if she was panicking or whatever. I don't know. That's just me. But I was
I
like,
mean,
oh, God, no, don't do that.
that's fair, but it's also supposed to fight the infection. So like,
That's
eh,
true. That's true. Also, a man does not recover that quickly from penicillin.
no,
Um, but
but
also, in the video game, it was way stupider. Where he was infected and he was sweating real heavy, and then she left, but she didn't even tell Joel she was leaving. She just kind of rushed out, and then as she was gone, Joel woke up and was like, "Ellie," and then walked outside and stumbled upon stuff, and just found guys and were like, "Where's the girl?" and did that torture scene. So
oh, okay.
I like this way more.
I like this
Um,
a lot more than yeah.
where they found also shout out to that guy. criminals not as dumb, or the raiders not as dumb in this. Thankfully, they walk into that house and he's like, "Wait a minute, why is this shelf in front of this door?"
But
Hmm.
also, he found the house that quickly?
Well, they spread out to houses, and also there was a bunch of tracks in front of the house, so that
Hmm.
probably tipped them off.
Right, she never, like, erased the tracks
Yeah.
or tried to cover it up. Hmm.
So that's how they tracked her before too. Even a day later they were able to track her no
Yeah.
problem. So,
Yeah.
but oh my
Hmm.
god, this episode. I loved it. I liked when Joel died. I mean Troy Baker died. Um I like when he was stabbed in the neck.
With a cleaver.
Yeah. I was like,
Just slowly fell down.
so when I saw the trailer with him in it and
Uh,
he was walking next to David, I'm like, "Oh my god, he's James and now he's going to kill James."
oh,
Because
man.
that's exactly what happens in the game, and I was waiting for it, and I was
That
not
must have been so
disappointed.
weird for him, too.
Oh, he probably loved every second of it. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
He's getting killed by Ellie. I'd be excited. Also,
Uh,
and I don't know if it was the creator. I think it was the Creators to Creators Part 2. Bella Ramsey, that part where Joel and Ellie reunite, they filmed that before she filmed the scene with David attacking her. And I'm
oh.
like,
Hmm.
how do you? I
How do
don't.
you even get those emotions at
I
that
have
point
literally no idea.
without that traumatic
That's impressive. Yeah. Oh my god.
So
shit
according
happening?
to Craig Mazin in that, he said they put like a dummy in there so she could kind of act it out and then walk out. But she had to act it out on like a sandbag
Yeah.
and then walk out of the building and then look Joel in the face and be like, "Brr, brr." And he's like, "It's
Hmm.
okay, baby girl." Also, I cried again. I don't feel like that's a shock at this
Oh, when he
point.
said that.
When he, yeah,
Oh my
"Oh, it's okay, baby
god.
girl." I was like, "Oh fuck, it got me again." This son of a bitch. This son of a bitch.
Oh.
Oh god, I know the last episode's gonna crush me. It's gonna crush me,
This
and I'm
is
excited.
this show is just out of control, man.
But it hasn't stumbled. Is it
It's
stumbling the
too
next
good for
episode?
television.
It's too good. We can just end it there. It's too good. Like, I know the video game's good, and I knew it would be good as a TV show. I just didn't think it would live up to this. I didn't think I would want to watch
well,
this and replay the video game and be happy that both exist. And
mhm.
I can't say that for a lot of things. I really
um,
can't.
other gun detail. I'm sorry, I'm a gun nut. I
Yeah,
just
go
they
ahead.
just keep doing good things. Um, anybody notice how there's a different amount of bullets in both rifles when she empties them?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wasn't it like, what,
yeah.
3 or 4?
One had like three, and then
yeah.
the other one had four, if I remember right.
Huh.
I also love how she emptied them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's a
No,
detail you
everything.
wouldn't
What's
expect, but
really
it's
cool,
there.
everything Ellie does, you can tell she's nervous in her voice.
Oh my
Mm-hmm.
god, when she was
But
like,
she is
large,
trying
I'm
to
also from a
command.
large group.
Hmm. She's
Medicine?
trying to command the room as much as she can,
Uh
just
huh.
like she's seen Joel do. And oh my God, it was so, again, so well acted. Do these people, are they forced to like live this role? Like were they just on set and that was
They
it?
weren't even allowed
Really?
to
Oh,
play the video game or look it up.
wait,
So
really?
Wow.
yeah, Pedro Pascal. They were told to stay away from the video game so they wouldn't copy the performance, and I find that so
Interesting. Okay,
shocking
okay.
because there are moments when Bella sounds and acts exactly like Ellie does in the game. Like
Yeah.
when she gets hit on the ground and she does that when she says her name to David and she's like, "Ellie," it sounds exactly like Ashley Johnson from the game.
Uh-huh.
And then she gets up and she yells it the exact same way. Ellie
Oh
is the name of the
god.
girl that broke your fucking
Fucking
finger.
finger.
And it's
I was
literally the exact
cheering.
same way. It's
I
so
was
fucking good.
I was screaming when that happened. I was like, oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Also,
Oh, when
like, he
she freaking
bashed her
breaks his
face.
finger, that was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah,
Oh,
and when she does that, oh, and then like starts to grab his hand, and you're like, Ellie, I know what you're doing. You're dragging them keys.
I knew too. I was like, oh,
What
come on, break his hand, shatter his hand. I'm like, I'll
this
take the finger,
show
that's fine.
is so good at putting such large things in the background. Like you see him sit next. He like stands next to that desk. and he's got the keys on his pocket. And even though the camera's not like pointing at it, it's still very clear that he has that, and you know Ellie's looking at that. Like,
Hmm.
it doesn't treat the audience as fucking stupid. It goes, "Hey, this is here." Like,
Yeah.
I'm surprised at the show every episode, and I'm so excited for the next episode, and I'm so fucking devastated it's the last one.
How? But like honestly, though, how do they get these performances? Everybody is just like giving their heart and soul into this acting, and for what? Do they are they getting bonuses? Like, what's going on here?
I
What's the
mean,
incentive, or do they just love the team behind this movie that much that they're like, you know what? I'm gonna give you 120%.
so in the creators to creators, I mean, every actor and showrunner will, in their promotion and stuff, they'll be like, "We love each other. We had a great time. We're friends and
Oh yeah.
stuff." But like, you can even see the chemistry like behind the scenes with them. Like clearly, like Pedro was like a father to Bella on that
Uh
show.
huh.
Like they clearly got along, and then they were talking about how like every time they got close to each other, they would have issues with laughing, so they had to keep redoing takes. And the worst one was the lady who played Tess, where they kept making her laugh, and then that one scene where Joel's like really close to her face in the where he like tapes up her foot in the
Uh huh.
second episode, he kept
Yeah.
making her laugh, and they had to keep shooting that over and over. And they joked like, "Thank God you killed Tess off, because we would have never finished this show." And that moment of them laughing at the joke about the in episode 4 about the diarrhea running in your jeans. Um,
Oh. Uh huh.
so if you do take after take of like a pun, eventually it's not funny. So Bella and Pedro started doing like inside jokes so they can get each other to laugh at like any moment. And they just became really close that way, as they were just talking about that on this episode thing. And it's like,
Nice.
fuck. Also, the showrunner and the director of the game know what they want, and they agree on it, and then they just do take after take until they get it perfect, and then they walk
Mm-hmm.
away, and then they go perfect, and then we watch it and go, huh, perfect.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot of work and effort by everybody involved.
Let me tell you. Oh my God. After all
Good
of this,
casting.
oh, everything is so good. I want this crew to just keep making stuff.
So do I. So do I.
Chernobyl was so good. This is this is better than Chernobyl
This,
by
you know,
leaps and bounds.
I'll tell you what. If Jared Harris was in this somehow, I don't know. I think this could be upgraded. Love me, Jared Harris.
He's very good
I
at
know he's
everything
also
he
in the Big
puts.
C or
Big
whatever
C.
that sea creature movie you're talking about.
Oh yeah,
Whatever.
yeah, no, he is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. His
Yeah,
voice
yeah.
is cause it was funny. We were watching it, me, Marie, and Mary, and I was like, I know this man's voice. Every once in a while, there's this thing that he says. There's this way he says certain like
Yeah.
syllables and certain words. I know who this is,
It's
and I was
dumb.
like, oh, dude, this is Richard Harris, and Marie is like, no, he's dead. That's Jared Harris. But you're right, and I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, you
yeah, yeah.
right.
It's Dumbledore's son, baby. Why didn't he play young Dumbledore in the movies? No one knows. Um, but holy shit, like this show.
Oh, the
Now,
show's so good.
one more episode, guys.
I know.
I'm not mentally prepared, but I have a prediction about something.
Hmm.
It doesn't spoil anything, Kevin. This is something that's not part of the game,
Okay.
but and it's not. I didn't watch the what happens next week part, but
I
I
never
also
do.
didn't watch
So
that.
do
Can't
you
stop.
guys mind if I talk about scenes from the first trailer for the show?
sure, go for it.
Yes or no? No.
I don't even remember the trailer. So
Yeah.
It's two scenes. Okay, we got Troy Baker. We know Ashley Johnson is going to be in the show.
Oh yeah.
And the scene we saw her in was it looked like she was giving birth, so we assume it's a flashback to be Ellie's mom. That's what we assume. That was never shown in the game. Also, there was an infected woman running down a hallway that everybody thought was Tess, That clearly was not Tess, and we still have not seen that. My theory is when Ashley Johnson is Ellie's mom is pregnant, she gets bit before she gives birth to Ellie, and I think they're going to explain why Ellie's immune, which they did not do in the game.
Oh.
Because if I can't imagine they're going to get to a place where infected are, and I feel like the next time we see infected, it's going to be in a flashback to where Ashley Johnson is. Now, I don't know if she's actually Ellie's mom, and I don't know if that woman and her are in the same scene, but I feel like that makes sense because also it's a runner, and we haven't really seen runners. It looks like most people are like a more evolved runner. They have way more growth on them, and the runners were really only in the beginning. So Ellie's 14, so 6 years into it, I would think that we still have runners. So that's just a theory I have. Just based on the first trail. I did not watch. I don't know what the fuck we're missing stuff. Oh god. Wait, I'm so excited for a certain scene. Desinoto and I talked about it before the podcast started. Kevin, we won't ruin it.
Okay.
It's it's one of my favorite games or one of my favorite scenes in a game. So I really hope they do it justice
I
in the
just want more
show.
guns.
I hope it's in there. Kevin, I don't want to spoil anything, but I think you're gonna get your wish. You know what I mean? Um, I cannot wait for the discussion next week, and I really hope Genesis catches up because next week might just be a Last of Us episode. If Genesis catches up, it's gonna be a doozy. It's gonna be a good one, I
Oh
think.
my god.
Next week might be uh, the episode that ends everything.
It might
Um,
honestly next week might be the episode called Genesis was right. So tune in. It's gonna be
that's
great.
true.
It's gonna be great.
Um,
I'm very excited.
so also next week, maybe, Genesis. There's an open beta for a little game I would like to play with you if you're gonna be around. Apparently the open beta starts March 10th for Deceive Inc. You in?
I'm in.
Adam, you in?
No.
Oh, Desmond, you in? Deceive Inc.
I have not heard of that. Um, so I'm
Well,
not
we're gonna
sure.
change that because that's wrong. Well, it's not wrong. It's just you need to hear about it.
Oh, geez.
I'm in,
Okay.
Daddy. You don't have to explain nothing to me. I'm in.
Oh my God. Do you remember this game? I know we talked
I
at
do.
length about this. I know. Adam will remember. Genesis. I don't know.
I do not remember.
Oh my God. All right, I'll refresh both you and Desinoto after this podcast.
Yeah,
The Kevin Refresher.
sounds like a good drink.
It's just straight
That's fair.
coffee and Red Bull,
Oh
Mm.
Jesus.
iced.
That was bad. Is that bad as most people would think? No, not really.
Oh
Ice.
wait,
Kevin, are
It's
you gonna
it's
explain
fine.
this or what's going on here?
what? I've had coffee and Red Bull before, and I don't recommend that at all.
No, the game.
No, after the podcast.
After the podcast, I know.
Oh.
I don't. We're not. We don't need to make this. Oh, excuse me. Any longer than it already is.
I'm down for that though. 110%. I'm down.
All right. Well, Genesis,
That.
take us home.
Alrighty, boys. As always, thank you everybody for joining this week's podcast. Like Adam mentioned before,
What
please
the
stay tuned for
fuck?
next week for
What are you
I don't know
doing?
what's going on.
Wait
I,
30 seconds.
um, please stay tuned for next week's podcast, as it
He's
may be
hungry.
one of the
All
most
right.
controversial
Fucking
was
with a
putting
podcasts you
Scrabble
chicken
will
board
have.
is
legs.
what he's doing.
I don't know what he's doing. He's trying to.
He's
He's
fighting
trying
a
to.
Scrabble board.
I don't know what he's doing.
Trying to spell knockout by shaking the letters. I don't know what the fuck
Oh,
that sound was.
people are about to get knocked out next week with next week's episode. Don't worry about it.
Ooh.
Um, stay tuned for that episode. Be excited. And also, yeah, I'll catch up with Last of Us. Don't worry about it.
Yes.
As always, catch us on twitch.tv/crafting and chat, youtube.com/starting too late with 2 R's. We'll see you guys next week, same time, same place. And I'm calling it now. We're moving forward with the Joel's right movement. So It's gonna be an episode to watch, folks. Stay tuned and take care, everybody. Have a good night.
Bye.